Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Monday, August 24th, 2020. Going to be a long show today, recapping the weekends, hockey, basketball, baseball, and then WNBA from the weekend, looking ahead to today's games. We'll go over how the Northern Trust finished up, the NASCAR races from the weekend, a big coaching change in the NHL, and my best bet for the day. All right, we are going to start with hockey. A lot of these series have ended, and new ones have begun. The second round's actually officially underway. So I'll give out my second round predictions as we go through this hockey segment. We'll start from Friday night. The Flyers defeated the Canadiens 3-2 to win the series in 6 games. The number 3 started the game with a goal. Ivan Provorov, number 2, started the game with 2 goals. Nick Suzuki, number 1, started the game with 31 saves on 33 shots. Carter Hart. Canucks over the Blues 6-2 to win that series in 6 games as the defending champs are out of the postseason. The number 3 started the game with 2 goals. Jaden Schwartz. The number 2 started the game with 34 saves on 36 shots. Jacob Markstrom. Number 1 started the game with 2 goals for the Canucks. Tyler Motte. Saturday, the Stars defeated the Avs 5-3 in Game 1 to take a 1-0 series lead. The number 3 started the game with 3 assists. Jamie Benn. The number 2 started the game with 2 goals and an assist. Nathan McKinnon. Number 1 started the game with 2 goals and an assist. Alexander Radulov. Last night, the Bruins defeated the Lightning 3-2 to take a 1-0 series lead. The number 3 started the game with a goal and assist. Brad Marchand. Number 2 started the game with 2 goals. Victor Hedman. Number 1 started the game with a goal and assist. David Pasternak. Golden Knights over the Canucks 5-0 to take a 1-0 series lead. Dominant performance by Vegas last night. The number 3 started the game with 26 saves on 26 shots. Robin Leonard. Number 2 started the game with a goal and assist. Alex Tucker. Number 1 started the game with a goal and assist. Mark Stone. 2 games on the docket tonight. 7 o'clock, you have the Islanders and the Flyers. Game 1 and 9:45 on NBCSN. Stars Avalanche game number 2. So before I give out picks for those games, I'm going to do picks for the series. We'll start with the Islanders-Flyers. Flyers obviously coming off the 6-game series win over the Canadiens. Islanders coming off the 5-game series win over the Washington Capitals. I think that both of these teams are playing good defense, and their goalies have been playing well as well. A lot of people like the Islanders here, but I think Philly's offense is the reason why I'm going to pick them to advance over the Islanders. They're better offensively than than the Islanders, although Juan Gabriel Pago is picked up to help them score goals in the postseason. I think their offense is better, but I think the Flyers are the deeper offensive team, so I'm going to say the Flyers win that series in 6 games. Boston, Tampa Bay, these two teams faced off in the playoffs a couple times in the past couple years. Obviously, division rivals. Tampa's the 2, Boston's your 4, by the way, in the East. Islanders are your 6, and Philly's the 1. So Tampa's the higher seeded team. Both these teams are loaded on all ends. Boston's missing Tuukka Rask. Yaroslav Halak, I think, is serviceable, and I think the Bruins' defense is very good. In terms of a pick in the series, I'm going to take the Bruins in 7. I think one of these lower seeds has to win a series, right? So I think that will be the Bruins. I just think that they had a bad qualifying series round, and they're, to me, the team to beat in the East. So give me the Boston Bruins over the Tampa Bay Lightning in 7. Over to the west side, Colorado and Dallas. Dallas is better than I thought. They're a great offensive team after their offense struggled in the round robin a little bit, but their offense really has turned it on in the playoffs against the Avs in Game 1 and against the Flames in the previous round. both teams have good defenses. The Avs obviously have a good offense as well. I still have questions with these teams in net. Philip Grauberry got injured in Game 1, which makes me not feel so confident in my prediction. And Dallas has some goalie issues as well. Kudeman's been their starter lately. In terms of a pick, I'm going to go Avs in 6. I just think they're a little deeper than Dallas. Maybe Grauberry comes back. So give me the Avalanche here in 6. And then the other side, the Vegas Golden Knights against the Vancouver Canucks. Vegas has looked like the team to beat in the West thus far in the playoffs. I've seen some vulnerabilities with Colorado, especially in Game 1 against Dallas. To me, it's between Vegas and Colorado, but I give an edge to Vegas right now. They've looked the best. They're coming off the series win over the Blackhawks. Vancouver's coming off the series win over the Blues. Vancouver's been one of the more surprising teams so far in the Edmonton bubble. I am going to pick the Vegas Golden Knights to win in 6. I think that they're the better team. They're the deeper team. They're better in goal in between Fleury and Leonard, although Fleury's been dealing with some issues with the Golden Knights lately, so it's been Leonard in net. And Leonard really is awesome, and I think that he's going to be good in the series. I don't really trust Jacob Markstrom, so give me Vegas in 6 games over Vancouver. In terms of tonight's games, Islanders, Flyers, I think the Flyers will win Game 1. Carter Hart's been the best goalie in the postseason thus far, so give me the Flyers to win Game 1. And then Stars, Avs, Game 2, I think the Avs even this up at 1 apiece. I think their offense will bounce back a little bit. I think they'll get better goaltending. Their defense is pretty solid, so give me the Avs to even up the series at 1 apiece. Now we'll move on to the NBA. Interesting weekend, to say the least, as we'll go over the results from the association, and we'll look ahead to the games that will be held tonight. Starting with Friday, Raptors over the Nets 117-92 to take a 3-0 series lead. The leading scorer in this game for Toronto was Pascal Siakam with 26. Tyler Johnson at 23 for Brooklyn. Jazz over the Nuggets 124-87 to take a 2-1 series lead. Mike Conley at 27 for the Jazz in his first game back. Nikola Jokic had 15 points and 6 assists for Denver. Celtics over the 76ers 102-94 to take a 3-0 series lead. Joel Embiid had 30 for Philly in defeat. Kemba Walker had 24 with 8 boards and 4 assists for Boston. He looked fabulous in that Game 3. Clippers over the Mavericks 130-122 to take a 2-1 series lead. Kawhi Leonard had 36 points, 8 assists, and 9 boards. Kristaps Porzingis 34 points, 13 boards. And that was the game where Luka Doncic rolled his ankle, and he wound up coming back for Game 4, which we'll talk about in a couple of seconds here. Bucks over the Magic 121-107 to take a 2-1 series lead. Giannis Antetokounmpo had 35 points and 11 boards. DJ Augustine had 24 and 6 assists to lead Orlando. Heat over the Pacers 124-115 to take a 3-0 series lead. Malcolm Brogdon had 34 points and 14 assists. Jimmy Butler had 27 points to lead Miami. Thunder over the Rockets 119-107 in overtime to get on the board in the series in Game 3. Dennis Schroeder led OKC in scoring with 29 points. James Harden had 38 with 8 assists for Houston. Lakers over the Blazers 116-108 to take a 2-1 series lead. LeBron James had 38 points, 12 boards, and 8 assists. He looked like the LeBron of old. Damian Lillard, 34 points and 7 assists for the Blazers. Yesterday, the Celtics defeated the Sixers 110-106 to complete the sweep. Kemba Walker at 32 points and 4 assists. Joel Embiid, 30 points and 10 boards. As Phillies awaits for a very interesting offseason. Coach on the hot seat, obviously, he's probably going to get fired, as I predicted. And I think they are going to make some drastic changes. So it's going to be an interesting offseason for them. Mavs over the Clips, 135-133 in overtime to even up the series at 2 apiece, thanks to a buzzer beater 3 double bang by Mike Breen from Luka Doncic. Incredible moment. That was the best game of the bubble so far, for sure. Doncic had 43 points, 17 boards, and 13 assists. And by the way, no Kristaps Porzingis in this game for Dallas. So that is really, really interesting that they got that done without him. And now the series is at least going 6. Lou Williams had 36 points and 5 assists to lead the Clips. Raptors over the Nets 150-122 to complete the sweep. The Raptors have been the best team in the NBA bubble thus far. Norman Powell had 29 points to lead the Raptors. Karis LeVert 35 points and 6 assists to lead the Nets. And now the Nets head into an interesting offseason. I think some of their younger guys are going to get traded. And they're going to try to win with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving coming back next season. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the Nets look like next year. And then the Raptors and the Celtics will face off in the second round beginning Thursday. I'll make a pick for that series on the podcast probably Wednesday. Jazz over the Nuggets 129-127 to take a 3-1 series lead. The Jazz have been unbelievable in the series. Donovan Mitchell's been unbelievable, 51 points and 7 assists. Jamal Murray had 50 points, 11 boards, and 7 assists. He was phenomenal. He kept Denver in this game. Today's games, 1:30 NBA TV, you have the Bucks and the Magic in Game 4. It's going to be a very interesting game. I would make the Bucks a 14.5 point favorite, over under 221. FanDuel has 13.5, over under 225.5. My play for this game will be the under. I just think that this is going to be lower scoring. Like, again, no Aaron Gordon, no Michael Carter-Williams for Orlando. And those are players that certainly help them offensively. So I'm going to go with the under 225.5 in the Bucks Magic game. At 4 o'clock, you have the Rockets and the Thunder. I'd make the Thunder 1.5. No word on Russell Westbrook status yet. If Russell Westbrook's there, then I'd make it Rockets by a half. The total, it all depends on Westbrook. 221.5 without him, 225 with him. I'm going to assume it's without him. And it looks like the numbers on DraftKings agree with me. I'm going to take the Thunder getting 2.5. I have an edge on the Thunder, but if the Rockets, if they get Westbrook back, then I'd probably still bet the Thunder because I would have an edge with or without Westbrook. But that line's going to move, though, so I probably would bet the Thunder regardless, unless if Houston becomes like a 1-point favorite, or I'll pick them. So give me the Thunder getting 2.5. I'm close on the total. I project 221.5 without Westbrook. It's 222 as it currently sits. So give me the Thunder plus 2.5. And I think they even it up at 2 apiece today. At 6:30, you have the Pacers and the Heat. I have the Heat by 6, over under 218.5. And DraftKings has it 6 and 216.5. I'm going to go with the over here. Miami's been pretty good offensively the last couple games. I think Indiana can have a good performance offensively too, because they know their season's on the line. I think Miami gets it done tonight, the sweep. So it's going to be 3 sweeps in the East. So give me over 216.5 as my play here in the Pacers Heat game. And then 9 o'clock tonight, the Lakers and the Blazers. I project the Lakers as an 8.5 point favorite. Total 219.5. I think the total's been overvalued in the last couple games. The Lakers have been playing good defense. The Blazers have been playing solid defensively too. The total pushed the other day on Saturday. I'm going to take the under again, 225.5. I have a big edge on the under. So give me the under 225.5 in the Lakers-Blazers game. So again, my picks. Under in Milwaukee, Orlando. Thunder getting the points. The over in Indiana, Miami. And the under in the Lakers-Blazers game. And I like the Lakers minus the points as well to take a 3-1 series lead in the best of 7 against the Blazers. Now I'll move on to Major League Baseball as we'll go over the weekend slate and look ahead to the games today as well. We'll start Friday night. Marlins over the Nationals 3-2. Marlins 10-9, Washington 9-13. Alicia Hernandez is 1-0. Patrick Corbin 2-2. Brandon Kinsler gets his 4th save of the season. Jays over the Rays 6-5 in 10 innings. Toronto 13-11. Tampa 17-10. Getting the win for Toronto, Thomas Hatch. He's 1-1. Aaron Luke DeLossi drops to 3-1. And getting the save for Toronto is Jordan Romano, his first of the year. Pirates over the Brewers 7-2. Pittsburgh 5-17. Milwaukee 11-13. Chad Cole gets the win. He's 1-1. Adrian Hauser the loss. He's 1-2. Braves over the Phillies 11-2. The Braves 15-11. The Phils 9-13. Max Fried the win. He's 4-0. Aaron Nola the loss 2-2. Tigers over the Indians 10-5. The Tigers are 10-14. Cleveland 16-10. Getting the win for Detroit was Ronnie Garcia. He's 1-0. Adam Pucco the loss. He drops to 1-2. Red Sox over the Orioles 8-5. The Sox are 9-18. Baltimore 12-14. Getting the win for Boston, Darwinzon Hernandez. He's 1-0. The loss, John Means 0-2. Matt Barnes gets his first save of the season. White Sox over the Cubs 10-1. I was right about this game. They were slight favorites in this game. It reminded me of the Rays the other night against the Yankees, and I was proven right. And they actually flat out destroyed the Cubs, unlike the Rays, who were lucky against the Yankees that night and that series period. Chicago 16-11, the Cubs 16-9, Dallas Keuchel's 4-2, John Lester 2-1. Royals over the Twins 7-2, Royals 11-15, Minnesota 17-10, Danny Duffy to win 2-2, Jake Odorizzi to loss 0-1. Reds over the Cardinals 4-2, the Reds 11-13, St. Louis 7-8, Michael Lorenzen the win, he's 1-1. Genesis Cabrera the loss, he's 1-1. Rafael Iglesias gets his 3rd save of the season. Padres over the Astros 4-3. The Padres are 16-12. Houston 15-11. Getting the win for San Diego. Javi Guerrera 1-0. Lance McCullers Jr. lost, he's 2-2. Amelia Pagan gets his first save of the season. Mariners over the Rangers 7-4. The Mariners 9-19. Texas 10-15. Nick Margevicius to win 1-1. Colby Allard to loss 0-2. And getting the save for Seattle, Taylor Williams, his 5th of the season. Dodgers over the Rockies 5-1. The Dodgers MLB best 20-8. Colorado 13-13. Walker Buehler to win 1-0. John Gray to loss 1-3. Angels lose at the Athletics 5-3. Oakland 19-8. Angels 8-19. Mike Fiers to win 3-1. Andrew Heaney to loss 1-2. Liam Hendricks gets his 9th save of the season. Giants over the Diamondbacks 6-2. The Giants 12-16. The Arizona Diamondbacks 13-14. Logan Webb to win 2-2. Robbie Ray the loss, he's 1-3. Yankees Mets was postponed over the weekend due to 2 positives for the Mets, which was a player and the coach. And they've been negative the last couple days. So, like I said on Friday, this is probably a Reds situation, not a Cardinals-Marlins situation. If it's a Reds situation, then it's good. Because the Reds were back to playing after only a 3-day absence But in the Mets' case, it'll be a little bit longer than that. Saturday, Pirates over the Brewers, 12-5. Pirates 6-17. Milwaukee 11-14. Derek Hall in the win. Josh Lindblom the loss. Nats over the Marlins, 5-4 in 7 innings. Doubleheader game 1 on a walk-off. Oh no, I thought it was a walk-off win. My bad, I misread that. Nats 10-13. Marlins 10-10. Getting the win for Washington, Kyle Finnegan. The loss for Miami, Daniel Castano, and the save, Daniel Hudson, his 6th of the season. Angels over the A's 4-3. The Angels are 9-19. Oakland 19-9. Matt Andrews the win. Chris Bassett the loss. Ty Buttery the save. Rays over the Blue Jays 2-1 in 10 innings on a walk-off single by Kevin Kiermaier. The Rays 18-10. Toronto 13-12. Getting the win, Anthony Banda. The loss, Anthony Bass. Twins over the Royals 7-2. The Twins 18-10. KC 11-16. Randy Dobnak the win. He's 5-1. Brady Singer the loss, 1-3. Braves over the Phillies 6-5. Braves 16-11. Philly 9-14. They got it done on a walk-off single by Adam Duvall. Mark Melanson the win, 2-0. Brandon Workman, the Phillies' new trade acquisition, gets the loss. He's 0-1 as a Philadelphia Philly. And by the way, they trade for him and Heath Hembree from Boston for a couple of arms, Nick Pivetta, and then a prospect arm. So I think that it's a good trade by Philly as they're trying to go for it. Back to results. Indians over the Tigers 6-1. 17-10 or 17-10 are the Indians, 10-15 are the Tigers. Tristan McKenzie gets the win in his big league debut. He's 1-0. Matt Boyd the loss, 0-4. Orioles over the Red Sox 5-4 in 10 innings on a walk-off single by Pedro Severino. They're 13-14. Boston 9-19. Miguel Castro to win. Matt Barnes the loss. Marlins over the Nationals 5-3 in 7 innings. Marlins 11-10. Washington 10-14. Sixto Sanchez gets the win his big league debut. Getting charged with the loss. Will Crow for Washington. Brandon Kinsler gets his 5th save of the season. And that was game 2 of the doubleheader. White Sox over the Cubs 7-4. The Sox 17-11. The Cubs 16-10. Gio Gonzalez the win. Kyle Hendricks the loss. Cardinals over the Reds 3-0. Cardinals 8-8. Cincinnati 11-14. Getting the win for St. Louis, Kwang Hyun Kim. Wade Miley the loss. Giovanni Gallegos the save. Dodgers over the Rockies 4-3. Dodgers 21-8. Colorado 13-14. Kenley Jansen the win and Daniel Bard the loss. Walk-off homer by Cody Bellinger to end the game for the Dodgers. Padres over the Astros 13-2. The Padres 17-12. Houston 15-12. Zach Davies gets the win 4-2. Brandon Bielak the loss 3-1. By the way, the Slam Diego thing continues. Jake Cronenworth hit the grand slam in this game. So they've been Slam Diego on baseball Twitter of late due to the 4 grand slams in a row and then 5 grand slams in a 7-day span or a 6-day span, which is surreal. Mariners over the Rangers 10-1. The Mariners 10-19. Texas 10-16. Justice Sheffield gets the win. He's 2-2. Jordan Lyles the loss. He's 1-3. Giants over the Diamondbacks 5-1. Giants 13-16. Diamondbacks 13-15. Tyler Anderson the win. He's 1-1. He gets the complete game 3-hitter. And Matt Grace the loss. He's 0-1. Yesterday, Nationals over the Marlins 9-3. The Nats 11-14. The Marlins 11-11. Anibal Sanchez the win. Humberto Mejia the loss. Orioles over the Red Sox 5-4. Orioles 14-14. Boston 9-20. Getting the win for Baltimore. Tom Eshelman, he's 2-0. Zach Godley the loss 0-3. And getting the save for Baltimore, Tanner Scott. Tigers over the Indians 7-4. The Tigers are 11-15. Cleveland 7-11. Daniel Norris the win, Carlos Carrasco the loss, and Jose Cinero with the save. Rays over the Blue Jays 5-4. The Rays 19-10. Toronto 13-13. Getting the win, Josh Fleming. The loss, Ryan Baroque. The save, John Curtis. Pirates over the Brewers 5-4 to complete the sweep. Pittsburgh 7-17. Milwaukee 11-15. Getting the win for Pittsburgh, former Giants pitcher Chris Stratton, David Phelps the loss, and Richard Rodriguez the save. Twins over the Royals 5-4. The Twins are 19-10. Casey 11-17. Tyler Clippard the win. Chris Bubick the loss, and Trevor Rogers with the save. Cardinals over the Reds 6-2. The Cardinals 9-8. Cincinnati 11-15. Genesis Cabrera the win, and Tyler Mahle the loss. Cubs over the White Sox 2-1 to avoid the sweep. The Cubs were 17-10. Chicago 17-12. Yu Darvish to win, he's 5-1. Dylan Cease the loss 4-2. Jeremy Jeffress gets his third save of the season. Padres over the Astros 5-3 to complete the sweep. San Diego 18-12. Houston 15-13. Houston, by the way, lost Alex Bregman and now Yordan Alvarez for the season, but I don't think Bregman's out for the year though. Craig Stammen the win, he's 3-1. Getting charged with loss for Houston was Enoli Paredes, he's 1-1. Emilio Pagan gets his second save of the season. Dodgers over the Rockies 11-3 to complete the sweep. They're a major league best 22-8. Colorado 13-15. Getting the win for the Dodgers was Victor Gonzalez, he's 1-0. Antonio Senzatella the loss 3-1. Angels lose at the Athletics 5-4 in 10 innings on a walk-off sac fly by Mark Hanna. Oakland's 20-9. The Angels are 9-20. Liam Hendricks the win, 2-0. Ty Buttery the loss, 1-1. Giants over the Diamondbacks 6-1 to complete the sweep. Giants 14-16. Arizona 13-16. Getting the win for the Giants, Caleb Barragar 3-1. Luke Weaver the loss, 1-4. Mariners over the Rangers 1-4. Seattle 11-19. Texas 10-17. Justin Dunn the win. He's 2-1. Mike Minor the loss. Taylor Williams gets a sixth save. Phillies over the Braves 5-4 on Sunday Night Baseball. Great game. Phils are 10-14. They avoid the sweep. Atlanta's 16-12. Zach Eflin the win. Josh Tomlin the loss. Brandon Workman gets his first save as a Philly. This game ended on a double by Freddie Freeman as Dansby Swanson was thrown out at home plate by Didi Gregorius to save the tying run. So I'd give Didi Gregorius the MVP of this game. He also homered in this game as well. So great win for the Phillies to avoid the sweep. Today's games at 3 o'clock, you have the Blue Jays and the Rays, Tanner Roark and Blake Snell. Marlins Nats at 6, Pablo Lopez and Austin Voth. 7 o'clock, Twins Indians, Kenta Maeda and Aaron Savali. Fox Sports 1, Cubs Tigers, Alec Mills and Casey Mize. This is a nice pitching matchup. Mize was not that great in his first start. I want to pick the Tigers here as a home dog. I like these young rookie arms, especially Casey Mize. I think he, in 5 years from now, could be the best pitcher in the American League Central, assuming Shane Bieber's not with the Indians. If he is, then maybe he'll be second or third. But this kid, Casey Mize, is going to be a star for years to come. Alec Mills has been promising for the Cubs, but give me Casey Mize and the Detroit Tigers to pull off the home upset over the Chicago Cubs. And by the way, the Tigers on the money line are plus 120. They're probably getting bet down. I probably would have thought that they would have been higher than this, but I'd still take it at plus 120. Athletics Rangers at 8 o'clock. Jesus Luzardo and Lance Lynn. Reds Brewers, Trevor Bauer and Brett Anderson. 8:15 Royals Cardinals, Brad Keller and Jack Flaherty. Excellent pitching matchup. Keller's been unreal for the Royals since coming off the injured list. Jack Flaherty, as we know, is awesome as he got off to that strong finish last year. 9 o'clock, Angels, Astros, Patrick Sandoval and Framber Valdez. 9:30, ESPN, Rockies, Diamondbacks, Ryan Castellini and Merrill Kelly. Both these teams got swept over the weekend. Both these teams are looking to rebound. Castellini's been a surprisingly decent pitcher for the Rockies. He just had a bad game against the Astros that makes his ERA look a little bad. I want to pick Colorado here as a dog, although Merrill Kelly's been equally good for Arizona. I'm going to take Arizona here, but I'll take a look at the over in this game as it sits currently at 9.5. So I'm going to take the Diamondbacks here just to play it safe because they're home. But I won't be shocked one bit if the Colorado Rockies find the way to win that game. Now I'm going to go over the WNBA games from the weekend and look ahead to today's games. Starting with Friday. Sparks over the Dream, 93-85 in overtime. The Sparks, 9-3. The Dream, 2-11. Chelsea Gray had 20 and with 5 assists to lead the Sparks. Glory Johnson had 23 for Atlanta. Wings over the Mystics, 101-92 in overtime. The Wings, 24 points and 9 assists. Maisha Hines-Allen had 35 with 12 boards for the Mystics. Lynx over the Mercury, 90-80. The Lynx, 9-3. Phoenix, 6-7. The Fassa Collier had 20 with 9 boards and 6 assists. She's been tremendous for the Lynx this year. I'd consider her for the league MVP. Bria Hartley had 24 and 5 assists for Phoenix. Saturday, Sun over the Liberty, 82-65. The Sun, 6-8. The Liberty, 1-12. Alyssa Thomas had 25 points for Connecticut. Kia Nurse had 17 for New York. Aces over the Storm, 82-74. The Aces are 10-3. The Storm, 11-3. Aja Wilson had 23 points and 12 boards for Vegas. Brianna Stewart had 19 with 18 boards for Seattle. Sky over the Fever, 87-76. The Sky are 10-4. Indiana, 5-8. Kalia Cooper had 26 for Chicago. Candace Dupree had 18 for Indiana. Yesterday, Dream over the Lynx, 78-75, a surprising upset. Atlanta 3-11, Minnesota 9-4. Monique Ballings had 16 with 13 boards for Atlanta. Nefesta Collier had 18 for Minnesota. Sparks over the Wings, 84-81. The Sparks are 10-3. Dallas 5-9. Brittany Sykes had 23 points for LA. Arike Agumbali had 20 with 5 assists for the Sparks. Or I'm sorry, for the Wings. Mercury over the Mystics, 88-87. Phoenix 7-7. Washington 4-9. Diana Taurasi had 34 points to lead Phoenix, and Tiana Hawkins had 19 to lead Washington. No games today. We'll preview and predict tomorrow's games on tomorrow's podcast. Now I want to go over the Northern Trust results from the weekend, and your winner in runaway fashion was the guy I picked a couple weeks ago for the PGA Championship, and that was indeed Dustin Johnson, as he finished with 30 under. He was unreal. Harris English finished in second with 19 under. Daniel Berger third with 18 under. Tied for fourth with 17 under, Scotty Scheffler and Kevin Kisner. Tied for sixth with 16 under, Webb Simpson and John Rahm. Tied for eighth with 15 under, Ryan Palmer, Russell Henley, and Alex Noren. Tied for 11th with 14 under, Harry Higgs and Brian Harmon. Tied for 13th with 13 under, Louis Olson, Mackenzie Hughes, Jason Kokrak, Robbie Shelton, and Charlie Hoffman. Tied for 18th with 12 under, Bubba Watson, Danny Lee, Taylor Gooch, Matt Kuchar, Sebastian Munoz, Cameron Smith, and Victor Hovland. Tied for 11th with 11, tied for 25th with 11 under, Justin Rose, Tyrell Hatton, Xander Schauffele, and Corey Connors. Tied for 29th with 10 under, Cameron Triangle, Kyung-Hoon Lee, Scott Piercy, Keegan Bradley, Troy Moret, Hideki Matsuyama, Tyler Duncan, Mark Hubbard, Cameron Davis, and Wyndham Clark. Tied for 39th with 9 under, Ian Poulter, JT Potson, Siwoo Kim, Kevin Na, Adam Schenk, Brendan Steele, Charles Howell III, Tommy Fleetwood. Actually, no. Poulter, Potson, Kim, Na, and Schenk were tied for 39th with 9 under. Tied for 44th with 8 under, Emiliano Grillo, Tommy Fleetwood, Matt Wolff, Charles Howell III, and Brendan Steele. Tied for 49th with 7 under, Patrick Reed, who was my pick, Paul Casey, Zach Johnson, Dylan McCarthy, Ricky Fowler, Beau Hostler, Adam Long, Justin Thomas, and Chesner V. Tied for 58th with 6 under, Tiger Woods, Adam Scott, and Lanto Griffin. Tied for 61st with 5 under, Kevin Streelman, Keith Mitchell, and Maverick McNeely. 64th with 4 under, Brendan Todd. Tied for 65th with 2 under, Rory McIlroy and Scott Harrington. 67th, you had Adam Landry with 1 under. 68th with 1 over, Ryan Werenski. And among those that were cut, by the way, Patrick Rogers was 70th with 7 over, and Matt Jones 69th with 2 over. Those were cut. Harold Varner III, Cameron Champ, Jordan Spieth. I'm just going through notables that were cut, by the way. Tony Finau, Shane Lowry, Adam Hadwin, Patrick Cantlay, Gary Woodland, John Neiman, Phil Mickelson, Henrik Norlander, Sungjae Im, Bryson DeChambeau, Matt Fitzpatrick, Luke List, Jason Day, Lucas Glover, Doc Redman, Michael Thompson. So a lot of big names cut over the weekend. And then the next tournament for next weekend is the BMW Championship. So I'll give you a pick for that on the podcast on Wednesday. Now we'll go over the NASCAR results from the weekend. Interesting to say the least. We will start with the Truck Series from, I believe they raced on Friday night from Dover, and your winner was Zane Smith. In second place was Matt Crafton. Third, Brett Moffitt. Fourth, Todd Gilliland. Fifth, Ben Rhodes. Sixth, Johnny Sauter. Seventh, Tyler Ankrum. Eighth, Austin Hill. Ninth, Stuart Friedson. 10th, Derek Kraus. 11th, Christian X. 12th, Carson Hosvar. 13th, Grant Effinger. 14th, Ty Majeski. 15th, Sam Meyer. 16th, Spencer Davis. 17th, Tanner Gray. 18th, Bailey Curry. 19th, Raphael Lester. 20th, Chandler Smith. 21st, Timmy Hill. 22nd, Sheldon Creed. 23rd, Austin Wayne Self. 24th, Jordan Anderson. 25th, Dawson Cram. 26th, J.J. Yilley. 27th, Tate Fogelman. 28th, Spencer Boyd. 29th, Jennifer Jo Cobb. 30th, Tyler Hill. 31st, Tim Veens. 32nd, Clay Greenfield. 33rd, Bryant Barnhill. 34th, Parker Klingerman. And 35th, Norm Benning. And now we'll shift over to the Xfinity Series results from Dover from the weekend. And your winner there was Chase Briscoe. So I was correct with my pick for the Xfinity race. And the rest of the results: second, Ross Chasen; third, Austin Cindric; fourth, Brandon Jones; fifth, Daniel Hermnick; sixth, Noah Gragson; seventh, Justin Allinger; eighth, Michael Annett; ninth, Riley Herbst; 10th, Brett Moffitt; 11th, Harrison Burton; 12th, Justin Haley; 13th, Anthony Alfredo; 14th, Ryan Sieg; 15th, Tommy Joe Martins; 16th, Brandon Brown; 17th, Alex Labb; 18th, Matt Snyder; 19th, Jeremy Clements; 20th, David Starr; 20th, Joe Graff Jr., 22nd, Josh Williams; 23rd, Jesse Little; 24th, Chad Fincham; 25th, BJ McLeod; 26th, Colby Hallard; 27th, Cody Vanderwall; 28th, Stephon Parsons; 29th, Jeffrey Earnhardt; 30th, Matt Wills; 31st, Stephen Licht; 32nd, Corbin Forrester; 33rd, Bailey Curry; 34th, Timmy Hill; 35th, Kyle Weatherman; and 36th, Vinnie Miller. Cup Series race number 1. And your winner was Denny Hamlin. Who I considered to win one of these races. Second, Martin Truex Jr., who I had winning, I believe, the second race. Kyle Busch third, Kevin Harvick fourth, Chase Elliott fifth, Clint Bowyer sixth, Jimmy Johnson seventh, Joey Logano eighth. That was my pick for the first race. 9th, Brad Keselowski 10th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 11th, Cole Custer 12th, Eric Jones 13th, Tyler Reddick 14th, Ryan Blaney 15th, Austin Dillon 16th, Chris Buescher 17th, Eric Almirola 18th, Ty Dillon 19th, Ryan Newman 20th, Matt DiBenedetto 21st, Alec Bullman 22nd, Chris Bell 23rd, Matt Kenseth 24th, John Hunter Nemechek 25th, Ryan Preece 26th, Michael McDowell 27th, Bubba Wallace 28th, William Byron 29th, Corey LaJoie 30th, Daniel Suarez 31st, J.J. Yeley 32nd, Josh Bilicki 33rd, Quinn Houff 34th, Timmy Hill 35th, Joey Gase 36th, Brendan Poole 37th, Garrett Smithley 38th, B.J. McLeod 39th, Reed Sorensen 40th, Kurt Busch. And Sunday's race at Dover, your winner was Kevin Harvick, who won his 7th win of the season. He's literally running away with the title this year. Martin Truex Jr., who was my pick for the second race, came in second. Jimmy Johnson third, William Byron fourth, fifth, Alec Bowman. That was his best finish in a while. 6th, Joey Logano. 7th, Eric Almirola. 8th, Brad Keselowski. 9th, Austin Dillon. 10th, Cole Custer. 11th, Kyle Busch. 12th, Ryan Blaney. 13th, Kurt Busch. So a little bit of a bounce back for him. 14th, Chris Buescher. 15th, Matt Kenseth. 16th, Clint Bowyer. 17th, Matt DiBenedetto. 18th, Tyler Reddick. 19th, Denny Hamlin. 20th, John Hunter Nemechek. 21st, Bubba Wallace. 22nd, Eric Jones. 23rd, Corey LaJoie. 24th, Ryan Newman. 25th, Michael McDowell. 26th, Ryan Preece. 27th, Chris Bell. 28th, Daniel Suarez. 29th, Ty Dillon. 30th, Brendan Poole. 31st, B.J. McLeod. 32nd, Josh Billick. 33rd, Reed Sorensen. 34th, Quinn Houff. 35th, Garrett Smithley. 36th, Timmy Hill. 37th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 38th, J.J. Yeley. 39th, Chase Elliott. And 40th, Joey Gase. All right, now we'll move on to some hockey news. The Washington Capitals have fired head coach Todd Reirden after 2 first-round exits of the Stanley Cup playoffs. This was paying for the mistake they made, which was not keeping Barry Trotz. And losing to Barry Trotz was only fitting, and as I predicted on the podcast. So, now the question is, what's next for the Capitals? I think the favorite to get this job is Gerard Gallant. That's who I would pick if I'm Washington. I would snag him and try not to repeat the same mistake he made by hiring an unknown. And I don't think Reirden is built for a team that is or should be a contender like the Capitals. I think Ovechkin is going to want to have a say in the next coach. I think that he and Gallant would mesh well. There's some other coaches that are available as well, but I think Gallant obviously is the best choice out there. Peter Laviolette, if I'm not mistaken, is still on the market as well after he was let go by the Nashville Predators. So that would be my second choice if I'm Washington, but you got to go with Gallant in my mind. He's a coach that really is good at everything. He's a win-now coach. He took the Golden Knights to the final. So, to me, if you can't get Gallant, then I think Peter Laviolette would be a good second choice. I don't think Columbus is firing Torts, so I don't think he would be available. Bruce Boudreau was already in Washington and was fired from there, so they wouldn't go there. So it's going to be interesting to see who they pick. I think it's going to be Gallant. This feels like a slam dunk to me. And if they hire Gallant, we'll obviously talk about it on the podcast or whomever they hire. And if we get any more coaching changes in hockey or in the NBA, you'll hear it here on the podcast. And I think it's inevitable until the Sixers let go of Brett Brown. Best bet of the day brought to you by DraftKings. I have some choices. I thought about the under in the Blazers-Lakers game. That's my favorite NBA play, but I don't really love it in terms of a best bet. So I'm going to look to Major League Baseball for the best bet tonight. And I am going to go with... this is hard. I'm going to go with the over in the Marlins-Nationals game, over 9. The juice is up. So I'm going to lay the slight juice with minus 113 with Marlins-Nationals over 9 as my best bet of the day. And no, it is not a doubleheader. So that would make me feel a little better about my best bet. That's it for the show today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything in baseball, hockey, and basketball. I'm looking ahead to tomorrow's slate in each of those sports along with the WNBA. I may or may not have an activity for you tomorrow. Maybe my first NBA mock draft since the lottery. And obviously my best bet as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.